All right, hello everybody, welcome back to the stream. So, getting started a little bit later today because I had some stuff to do this morning, but yeah, we're going to be continuing work on the card-based auto battler that I've been building as a prototype here. I'm feeling very good about it. I still have some work to do before I decide for sure if I want to continue on with it, but yeah, I got some interesting stuff that I want to figure out today. But before I get into it, I'm going to mention again that Gunforged is available for purchase. So if you want to support my work, you can go ahead and purchase it using the link in the description below. You can also wishlist it if you'd rather wait for it to go on sale. But this is a great way to support me. Leave a review too if you end up playing the game. Reviews are very nice, very helpful. And I also have my Udemy courses available for sale. Those are linked below as well. So please check those out if you want to support my work or if you want to learn how to build a complete game in the Godot engine. All right. Hello, Bryce. Welcome back to the stream. Great to see you. Good morning to you. It's 7 minutes remaining in the morning here, so I can still say that. But, so let's see. So what I'm doing here is just to describe the game that I'm building again. Basically, this prototype is a inventory management auto battler, kind of like Backpack Heroes and similar games where you've got all these cards, and these cards are, well, that doesn't help, does it? These cards have certain abilities, so like this Phylactery that I'm working on, poison increases by 2 every time poison is applied by other allied cards, so you get some stuff like that. Adds 1 stack of preserve per ritual card. So these are all just basically cards that you can get, and you can put these on the board. And then when you click begin, then the combat will start, and these things will tick through their timers here, and then apply their effects at the end. And the goal, of course, is to kill the enemies before they kill you. So that's the idea. Now, the big kind of difference here with this game is that I want to support sort of like alchemizing different cards. So combining 2 cards together and then creating a different card that has aspects of both. So adding lots of opportunities to add new effects to cards, combine cards into more powerful versions of the cards, all that good stuff. So that's the idea. And I'm still figuring out a lot of the architecture stuff behind this. So yeah, as you can see, I started working on this loop here where when you complete combat, you get a reward. All of this is very work in progress, of course, but so that's the idea. And on today's stream, I'm going to be figuring out basically my abilities, how to generate ability descriptions in a sensible manner. So I've got my ability directory here, and I've got all kinds of different abilities that utilize a lot of composition in here. So let's see. Might as well fix this here. So the Phylactery is a good example to look at here. So this Phylactery, again, this will apply poison damage, but the poison damage it applies increases by 2 every time poison is applied by something else. So what I have is I have this ability tracker, which implements base card ability. So it's an ability underlying, and this tracks abilities of type poison that get executed. This is the description of the ability. And then this is just an extra filter, so I'm excluding poison that's applied by this card here. So any other card that applies poison will be listened to. And then I have a value scaler in here. And the value scaler basically just sets a way of scaling a value. Pretty straightforward. And that multiplier is set to 2. So for every poison tracker execution or poison tracker, poison application that's detected, we are multiplying that by 2. So that we increase the poison damage by 2. And then we have a dynamic ability. So this dynamic magnitude is interesting because it basically just updates the target magnitude of the target ability with the value provider from iAbility value provider. So it's very, very composition based. So the value scaler implements iAbility value provider, and that can go into the dynamic magnitude ability, and that actually changes the damage of poison, this poison ability here. So anyway, so that's just kind of like an overview of how the composition is working here. Now the tricky thing to figure out is How do I generate descriptions? Because the plan, ultimately, what I want to be able to do at some point is generate random cards, like fully randomized cards with random ability configurations. I think that that would be something that would be interesting to leave open as a possibility, as part of like the alchemy kind of mechanic in the game. So I need to be able to generate descriptions in a human readable manner that is based on the ability configurations. So that is what we're going to be doing. And of course I'm now using Cursor with these AI chat windows to help me write this code, because it's very much accelerating all this stuff. So I actually had the AI write out this architecture documentation for me. And I think I might just feed this into the AI and see what happens, because it did set up an ability description generator here to generate ability descriptions. So let's see. So let's go ahead and create a new chat here. All right, so let's see. So we got the architecture MD in context here. Let's go ahead and start with this. Analyze the contents of at ability and at card. So referencing those folders to understand the need to generate descriptions, implement a more robust description generation solution. You can reference architecture.md for the ability description generator. All descriptions should ideally fit on a single line and read as naturally as possible. Let's see what it does there. I'm sure we're gonna have to tweak some things, but ahoy from Lurklandia. Welcome back, AnyKey. Good to see you as always. Looks like I tried to read a card that doesn't, or read a class that doesn't exist. I'm blowing through my premium requests here. 284 out of 500 premium requests. That's okay. I'll probably turn on the usage-based pricing because it's so useful. Okay, so it's creating an iDescription component. Ability description. I don't know why it's adding these summaries. Generate components.select. So I'm going to compose a description out of iDescription components. Okay. Text description component. Get text, so that's fine. Magnitude description component. Action, verb, effect, name. Get magnitude. Target description component. So this is describing the target that the ability is going for. Count tags, that's fine. Scale description component, what is this? Oh, interesting. Ability description generator. So is this going to register type describer? What does that do? Register type describer. So I guess I'd register Poison, describer, T, ability. Okay. Interesting. So generate description. Oh, I see. So when it generates a description, it's looking for all the things that the ability implements. And then it's looking for type describer functions for that type and returning that. The invocation of that, rather. Return ability to get description. Describe magnitude ability. Get magnitude. Now, why in the world? Describe magnitude ability. Why is that? Oh, are these type describers? Oh, I see. I think these are type describers. So those are things that I can use. Let's see. Ability description, base card ability description, description text, description.generate. Why is this description? Oh, I see. Why is that not equal to null? I don't understand. It's being initialized here. So anyway, we'll have to fix some of this AI stuff. Game.data.ability. What are you doing in here? Initialize description. Oh, I don't like that. Why is it calling initialize description everywhere? Oh, goodness. That's not good. Resume the conversation. We are going to see what this does. This is not... No, this is not good. This is not good at all. Okay, we're gonna have to figure that out. Quite interesting. I'm doing a card game as well, but we're using very different architecture for abilities. I will also need to generate description, so I'll probably take inspiration from whatever you end up doing. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see how it works. I think the AI is kind of not doing it well. But let's see. Let's just accept all. These are all the things that it changed. So let's see. I'm looking for register type describer. Is this even used anywhere? Okay, so it generated this without doing anything with it. I don't like, let me just put this in. I don't like how initialize description needs called so frequently. Also at scalable ability has a bunch of hard-coded type checks, which is not ideal. Do something more robust, scalable, that makes use of the ability description generator you created. Are you going to go full vibe coding and let the AI make complex spaghetti? Well, I'm not letting it make spaghetti. That's the thing. I'm reviewing everything that it's doing and making sure it makes sense. But yes, I am doing the vibe coding thing. Mostly just because it saves me the time that it takes to write all the code. And usually, I mean, the AI is not really good at this kind of thing where I'm just like, implement this whole system. But usually I can just get it to write the stuff that I'd be writing anyway. And it saves a whole bunch of time. So this is more what I was thinking. So register type describer poison. So I'd have to create a type describer for every new type, but that's fine. I mean, the descriptions have to come from somewhere. So the type describer for damage deals damage to target. So we got describe queryable target here. I don't know if I like that. Okay. It's still going. It's still going. Okay, we'll just go ahead and accept all. All right, let's take a look at what this is doing now. So, ability tracker. Oh, goodness. I don't have enough room on my screen. Oh, that's unrelated, so I can put that in there. I will worry about that later. There's some clashing description stuff there. Base card ability. Initialize description generator. Okay. So this looks redundant. This could probably... Oh, this is static. Register description generators. Very nice. Okay. I'm actually curious to see. This is a useless change that can go away. That is also a useless change. This is also a useless change. So is that. So I think these are files that it initially touched, but don't have any changes now after I instructed it not to do that. Ability description. Get rid of that. We're going to see what this produces, and then I'm going to go through this with a more fine-tooth comb and make sure that it's working. I think the descriptions are probably going to be the most complex part because it needs to generate human-readable text for the card abilities. Let's see what happens. My guess is that it's going to be embarrassingly broken, but let's see. Crash. Seems like there might be an infinite recursion here. Yeah. Let's try clicking on a different card. Let's see what happens. Yeah, it does not like that. Okay. So let me go to the, let's just follow the line of logic here and we'll investigate what's going on. So let's see. Card inspector. Setup description. Ability get description. So I think that's the problem here. So I think it's maybe not a problem with the base card ability. Ensure description initialized, description text, description not generate. Oh, this is happening. Yeah, so this is, oh wait. Get description. No, this is right. Ability and top level abilities, get description. It's generating. Is null or empty, suffix. I wish I could debug through this. I can't in Cursor. I can't do C# debugging unless I have a license for it. Where is this ability description being used? Oh, it's just here. Okay. So what does this register type describers do? Ability description generator. Register description generators. Okay. So this generator, initialize description generator. Wait, initialize description? I see. So we have the generator, initialize description generator. That's static. Why is that? I almost think that should be static too, right? Non-constant fields should not be visible. What? Okay, anyway. No, that's not going to work, is it? Oh, man, I wish I could debug here. I wish I could debug. I'm limited, though. So ensured description is initialized is called in get description. That will initialize the description. That generates the description from the description generator. Is null or empty, add component, text description component, generate description. Okay, I don't know. I have to look into that component system, but that seems like it's fine for now. Register description generator. These are just like the, yeah, these are the generators. So this makes sense to me. This seems like something that I want to keep because I can just register in one place what the human readable description of damage is and poison and shield, speed, all that good stuff. Scalable ability. Why is this passing in the generator though? I don't understand. Okay, this static description generator. Okay, so that's... Yeah, I don't understand. Is this being called multiple times, this register description generators? Yeah, I don't think this is just like all not necessary. The name generator. Oh. We'll just do this little trick. Okay. So that's all set up more sensibly now. So why are we getting an infinite loop? I'm assuming in get description here. Let's just gd.print get description. I'm imagining that's going to be printed many times, but we'll see. Or not. Let's do this. We'll just do this to determine where the issue actually is. Okay, so it's definitely in there. It's probably this description.generate in here. String.join component select C get text where not string is null or empty. Get text. Where's iDescription component used? I'm not sure that these individual components are necessary, but we'll do one thing at a time here. One thing at a time. I'm sure it's crashing here in this in the description.generate. Where is this? Okay, add component. Where is this being added? Okay, so that seems rather straightforward, actually. I don't think these component things are something that I want. Initialize description. What happens if I print this? Generate description. What in the world? I think there's two things going on here. What is this? What is that? I may just ask it to remove those text components. Why is that crashing? There's not really a whole lot going on here. I wish I had a better log. Can I do this project? Let's see. Open editor data settings folder. No, that's not it. Or is it? Yeah, here we go. Logs. What do we got in here? Nothing? Oh, there's all of our git description. So that's where all of our git description logs went. So I was correct. So insurance description initialized, is this? I really don't know where this infinite loop is coming from. I really don't know. What happens if I move this up? No, I mean, that's going to be the same thing. So it's failing in here. It's failing in here. Generate description. All the interfaces implemented are inherited by the current type. Let's do this. Yeah, we'll do describer.ability, why not? I have the logs folder open now, so we'll see. We will see. Where are my logs? Show me the logs. Okay, we'll just get rid of that. Hello, Luca. Welcome back. Great to see you. Huh? Okay. Where is this being used? Maybe internal Git description, is this still used somewhere? No. Well, let's see what happens. Yeah, this keeps getting called in a loop here. All right, can I print the stack trace maybe? Let's just do this. So in here, in this generate description, there's something in here that's calling initialize description again. Oh, I guess that makes sense. Maybe I should put description initialized here first. That's probably is that what's happening? Maybe. It's going into initialize description. It's calling this, which might be calling initialize description again. So if I do the true first, that might fix it, but let's see. I don't know even why that's happening, that initialization. Okay, no crash this time. And I can actually kind of follow the result now. Okay, initialize description, ensure Git description, setup description, set card stats. Oh, I guess that stack trace wasn't super useful, but I think I fixed it now. At least the infinite loop I fixed. So we could put all this stuff back. I don't know what this component stuff is though, but one thing at a time. I think this is the right approach, this register description generators. I'm mostly just now trying to pair it back to something that's a little bit more reasonable from what the AI generated. Okay, there are no descriptions. Oh wait, here we go. Adds one stack of preserve. That has no description. That has no description. That has a description. Oh wait. Hello, Sia Dev. Making a card game? I am indeed, yeah. And these descriptions, though, are... I don't know. I'm gonna commit that change to the ability tracker. Let's stage those. It's ability description generator. I don't know what all this is. Okay. Dynamic magnitude ability. Is that even in here? Oh, maybe, is that the reason why? Hold on, I'm actually curious here. Is this actually being used? gd.print, huzzah! I'm actually curious to see if this is being used here. Because if it is, then it's just a matter of adding the missing descriptions and it will be fine. Oh, it is. Okay, interesting. Adds one stack of preserve per ritual card. Okay, all right, so that's actually working. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, the problem, though, is that I actually don't want to cache this. Let me do that first. Are these components ever used? I don't think the component system is used. Text description component. What does that mean? What does that mean? Anyway, we will wrangle this AI to do what we want. So I don't want this. I think what I want to do is I basically just want to do this every time I call get description. Because the problem is the numbers might change. What in the world is this description? Wait, ability description. This is generating a string and then adding a component for the text description. I don't understand this. As far as I can tell, this is doing nothing. What? Components? I don't think that's doing anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be fancy with it, and I'm just going to do this. Let's just do this. Return description generator dot generate description. This. That means that this initialized description, all this stuff is gone. And I don't think I need this either. I don't know what I was trying to do with the component stuff. I think maybe it got confused, but let's see. I see. So I'm back to that infinite loop. Okay. Okay, let's do a couple of things here. Trying to wrap my hand around this. Is a procedural card text generation system. Yeah, so what I'm trying to do is generate a description for a card based on all the abilities, but it's not just as simple as like just having a text override, because the values can change. So I guess the best way to describe it is there's a scarab here, and a scarab is interesting because its damage that it does increases by 1 every time it executes. And the question is, how do I generate a description that describes that? I could just put that into like a description on the scarab here and just write it out. But the problem is that further down the line, what I want to do is enable random abilities to be added to cards. And so that means that I can't hard code the description of a card or its abilities ahead of time, because instead of having a scarab that does 1 increasing damage per turn, it might do 1 increasing damage or 2 increasing damage per turn, right? And that needs to be updated. Or it might have an ability where every time a different minion executes its turn, it gains 1 damage, right? And so because this is all variable, because I'm composing these cards out of abilities, what I'm trying to do is come up with a system, or have the AI come up with a system that can just look at all the abilities that are on a card and generate the human readable descriptions of each of those abilities in a very like procedural way, right? Like a very algorithmic way. And that should hopefully allow me to just add whatever abilities I want to any card for any reason and have the descriptions reflect all of those configurations. So it's a tough problem. And yeah, I think there's, anyway, I'm going to tell this to, I'm going to have it resolve. So there's an infinite loop that can happen in description generator.generate description. fix this. We'll see what it does. What did this do? What are you doing? Unfortunately, I think this is too big of a task for the AI to do effectively. I don't want that. I don't want that. Okay, let's take a look. What did you do? So it's just doing the same thing. Get description. It just did the same thing. I'm sure that's going to crash again. How's your experience with Cursor been so far? It's been great. Yeah, it's been great. I mean, outside of like very specific things not working that well. Actually, this seems to be working fine now. Outside of certain things not working that well, it's greatly sped up the rate at which I'm developing these features, so that's good. It's a little bit, you know, it's a little bit finicky, but that's how it goes. This description hasn't been generated now, or hasn't been updated now. Okay, so now the next thing that I want to tell it is I don't want to... I want the description to be freshly generated every time get description is called, because the data that drives the description may have changed. Sounds difficult. I imagine it's harder than just putting together some pre-written strings and replacing some damage variables because of how the grammar would work. Yeah, exactly. Now I thought about maybe simplifying it where I could just do like a bullet point list instead, where it's just like, okay, you know, but there's just like, there's a couple of interactions that are just, yeah, they're just a little bit difficult, I think. Something like a bulleted list would be better, like, oh, scales the following by 2 and then have like damage and poison or whatever. But I'm trying to get some interesting interactions in place. You know, like when an enemy minion attacks, do something, right? Change how you scale your ability, or you know, there's one where it can like consume turns from nearby creatures, nearby minions, to buff its poison damage. So there's just like, there's not really a good way of doing all that stuff. What in the world? Okay, this is fine. All this is garbage here, I think, but I'm going to have it remove the internal get description. But the main thing that I'm looking for is for this description system to, I'm going to close this, for this description system to work in basically a one-to-one manner, what I had before. So let's try this. Nope, it's not working. Oh wait, yes it is. Okay, yeah. So that description is being updated now, and there's no infinite loop. Okay, perfect. Let me just make sure all the card descriptions are correct. Consumes turn progress and applies 1 poison per turn consumed. Restarts the cooldown of the most advanced enemy minion card. I am suspicious of that because of internal get description. So let's stage these changes here. Remove internal get description from at base card ability and any ability that overrides it. Replace any overrides with the appropriate, let's see, the appropriate description generators. Type describers inside. See what this does. So I'm going to try to move to this system where it's using these type describers and then somehow combining all those. I still don't think I need the component stuff that it's built, like this text description component. I don't know what this is. I don't think that's necessary, so I'm probably going to instruct it to remove that next. Where is that? Okay, I guess I can't search. Text description component. Target description component. Scale description component. I don't know what these components are doing. I don't think they do anything. Oh, I guess it works here. Get text. Where is this used? Well, we'll see what it does. Keywords like MTG could be a compromise. Well, I guess I don't know Magic the Gathering. I am using keywords though. I am using keywords. So like anything that does damage has a damage keyword. Anything that does poison is the poison keyword. And then there's also tags. So the cards are either tagged with minion or alchemical or ritual. And that's the other complication, is that some cards will only affect cards of type ritual, right? Or some cards will only affect adjacent cards of type minion. So that's the thing. That's the thing. It's just a very tricky problem. But we're just going to let AI go ahead and destroy my code base here, and we'll see what happens. All right, what did you do? What did you do? I guess we'll just accept all here. Close all. Let's take a gander. Speed, get magnitude description. Get magnitude description. Okay. Removed internal get description, that's fine. From ability classes. Register description generators. Okay. Okay. What was this before? Oh, no, I liked what this had before. So I'm actually going to, yeah. I'm actually going to bring this back. Yeah. Bring these back. I don't like, yeah. Those are coming back. And I'm going to remove the get magnitude description. Get magnitude description. Are you serious? Shoot. Okay, that may not have actually worked. Register's type describer. Gee dang it. There's another problem in here with the scalable ability, which is a little bit hard to describe, but do you teach game design? I don't teach game design. No, I do teach how to build a game from a technical standpoint. Those are in my Udemy courses, which are linked below. But no, I don't teach game design. Mostly because I'm not successful enough of a game developer yet to claim to have those credentials. F up my blank, Claude. I'm trying to advertiser friendly here. Yeah, Claude is going to town. This is a huge problem, so I'm just going to go ahead and zoop this out for now. It's a problem. We'll zoop it out, and that means that it will go away. All right, anything that implements I ability magnitude now. Get magnitude description. Okay, so oh boy. There are so many different like description needs here. There are so many description needs here. Now if I go to my phylactery, it's going to be broken because of this. So I need to come up with a description for this as well, which is not easy because an ability tracker, I might have to create some kind of shoot. So the ability tracker, this is just a minimal ability. All it does is it listens for other cards that get executed. And then if the executed card, or if the executed ability rather, is an ability of the type that we're listening for, it updates the tracked execution count and also notifies any listeners. And so the point is that the phylactery, its poison damage increases every time poison is executed. And so that's what this ability is supposed to do. The problem is, now that with this new description system I'm moving to, I need to figure out a way to generate a description for something that involves an ability tracker. But ability tracker is just a very basic thing, right? All it does is track abilities. It doesn't tell me anything about how that tracking is being used. So what I might need to do is do something like, yeah, this is just a very tricky problem. This is a very, very tricky problem. I mean, there's like a dynamic magnitude ability in here, but this is not the same thing as an ability tracker. I need to somehow tie the ability tracker into, let's see, poison tracker. I guess it's part of value scaler, which is part of the dynamic magnitude ability. So ideally what I'd be able to do is take maybe take that dynamic poison ability and generate a description from that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, let's see what I broke. Let's see what I broke. Yeah. Internal to get description. Get rid of that. Okay. Let's see what happened. All right, my descriptions have mysteriously disappeared now. Okay. So anything that just has straight abilities works fine. This does not work. Anything that has like a composite ability doesn't work. So a composite ability is something that's like the scarab. Where it's got this execution count provider and then it produces this dynamic magnitude ability. All right. YOLO. We're just going to keep going down this rabbit hole. I actually think that there's something here that's going to be workable, but I just need to figure out, or at least have the AI figure it out. Currently, there is no description generated for abilities like Scarab, which are more complex ability compositions. Add support for generating readable descriptions from I should use my language properly. Which have, let's see what it does. Let's see what it does. Hopefully I can just finagle this into something that works. Certainly wouldn't be easy to write this myself either. I still don't think we need that composition stuff. The text description composer stuff. Dynamic magnitude ability, so it's generated a description for dynamic magnitude ability, that's good. Get value provider, okay, it needs the value provider, okay. Execution count provider, just exposing some public methods for reading that data, that makes sense. Get magnitude description, why is it adding that back? I deleted that. No. No. This looks promising up here, though. Dynamic magnitude ability. It's not even going to use the get magnitude description. I might have needed to start a different chat. These literally aren't going to be used anywhere, I bet. Maybe it will, though. Oh, it's fixing my... Okay, whatever. Now let's test our implementation. No. How about no? Okay, anyway. Let's just accept all, I guess. So maybe I did need those magnitude descriptions. Maybe I got to... It was fixing my scalable ability type describer, which I don't like because these are already used up here. These type describers. So maybe I'll instruct it not to use get magnitude description and instead use type describers. I don't know if that's going to be possible. Anyway, I don't like the verbiage it's using here, but the most important thing is that this is actually going to generate a description for me. So let's see what broke. Implement interface. I started using Cursor with Unity and it was a blast. What a time saver for a lot of repetitive tasks and some start boilerplate code. Yeah, absolutely. Plus, like the tab autocomplete is really good too. Applies 0 poison dynamic. Okay, so that is not ideal. Deals 1 damage, increases by 1 each time it used. Adds 1 stack of preserve per ritual card. Okay. Okay. So we're getting there. The bell doesn't have a description. Okay. Okay, we're getting there. We are getting there. Zoop. Okay. So I'm going to do this. I don't like the use of get magnitude description here because those descriptions are already found as registered type. Refactor to remove get magnitude description and instead use the already configured type describers. I don't even know if it's going to be possible, but we'll see. We will see. Yeah, I mean, if this system works, which it's getting closer and closer to being able to work, I think at this point I just need to point out all the problems one at a time and then have it refactor the stuff the way that I need it to be done. But yeah, this is like hundreds of lines of code already. Keeps adding comments though, like stop. I don't need to know that this section registers damage ability describer when it says register type describer damage. Like this is not a useful comment. Stop. In an ideal world, all comments would be useless, but we don't live in an ideal world. Okay, so it seems to be refactoring the way that I wanted it to. The only question is, we'll see if this actually... This actually works. Thank you. We'll build. Let's run. Apply 0 poison dynamic. Okay, so I think this is working. The bell and the alembic don't work, and this does not explain how it's dynamic. So, let's keep going. So, let's close all these. Here. Let's go see what the phylactery is actually doing. Okay. The phylactery is supposed to scale the poison let's not do it supposed to. Let's do the scales, the dynamic poison ability by 2 per poison tracker execution count. This is not reflected in a readable manner in base card ability. Instead, the text simply adds dynamic to the description. Refactor as necessary to make it such that cards like phylactery are described appropriately. Hello, Damien. Welcome back. Good to see you. Always good to see you here. Let's see what happens. Add support for the value scaler in description generator. That's exactly what I wanted it to do. Oh, Claude, go faster. No, it's actually pretty fast. So the unfortunate thing is that it looks like it has to, for the dynamic magnitude ability, it needs to add a bunch of conditionals in here. But I think that's probably okay. Okay. I don't like the exact verbiage that it's using. However, I don't know what that is. Oh, it's trying to use a character that the font doesn't have. So that's fine. This needs to be highlighted. The bell doesn't work still. The alembic doesn't work still. Okay. All right. So we're getting there. We're getting there. One thing at a time. add support for generating descriptions for turn consumer as used in Alembic to at base card ability. This is fun. It's saving me a ton of time though. Look at all this stuff, and it's getting really close. I think I'm really close to the point where I can start generating descriptions, and even if this sort of description generation logic is a little bit massive here, what I'll probably end up doing is having the AI pull this out into like a static class or something, such that all this can live elsewhere. And what I'll do for this description stuff is I'll just have the AI maintain this basically, because this is an area of the app where like this doesn't necessarily need to be super followable by me, because it's very easy to see the outputs and I can just describe the problems with the outputs to the AI and it will fix it. So this is not really, I mean, when you're generating human readable text, I don't know if it's super important to be able to exactly track down how that works when you're using the AI, but because there's a lot of conditionality in here, and I think the AI is really good at just understanding that conditionality. So it all looks quite cool. It has this move from being a prototype to a project you would like to grow into a big thing. I'm close to that point. I'm still trying to figure out, like, part of the work that I'm doing right now is just figuring out, you know, figuring out what problems there are going to be, what the big time sinks are going to be. But yeah, I'm having fun with this, so. Why is it using get ability count? Unit tests maybe to help with the process? Nah. I'm not a fan of unit tests for solo projects. My philosophy is either it works or it doesn't. 50-50. Anyway. All right, let's see if that works. Applies poison equal to consumed turns. So that is not describing what it consumes turns from. Let's go to the Alembic here. Oh. What happens if I do add the minions? Tag filter. Will it add that to the Alembic? If this works, I'm going to be so overjoyed. Let's see what happens. Nope, didn't work. So there's a big problem with this too. This Alembic here. So it consumes all the turns from those items, you see. But it doesn't indicate what exactly it targets, so that's another thing that I gotta figure out, but... Anyway. So the bell is the only thing that doesn't work right now, right? Bell, yeah. So let's go to the bell. Reset closest cooldown. Okay, so this is going to be the same thing here. Add support for generating descriptions for reset closest cooldown to base card ability as used in bell. Have you given a look at backpack battles? Yeah, those kinds of games are an inspiration for this game. So yeah, those games, stars and other symbols to indicate the squares that are affected. Yeah, I'm going to have, I mean, so you can highlight the card. I think what I'll do is maybe draw like a little grid on the card description page that shows like how it affects things. I'll look at that closer and see exactly how they're tackling that. But I'm highlighting the cards that are affected, so you can always hover over the card and see like what it's affecting. I'm probably going to add support for highlighting the empty grid cells as well, just to indicate like which cells it operates on. But then in the card description, that full screen page, I think I want to do like a miniature grid or something to show that. I think that would be nice. In any case, all right, let's see. So yeah, so it's just a matter now of like, I have a centralized place of generating descriptions, and I have to add a type describer for every, oh, that's wrong. Resets the cooldown of the 2 minion. That's wrong. But I added in a centralized place. Target description, describe queryable target. This description doesn't work when reset closest cooldown targets enemy cards. Let's see what this does. Hello, Neozoid. Yeah, things are going well, thank you. Target enemy board doesn't exist. You're just making stuff up. You're just making stuff up. Oh, goodness. What did it do here? Okay. This, honestly, generating descriptions might be the hardest part of this entire game. Goodness gracious. Resets the cooldown of 2 minion. That didn't work either. Alright. That didn't work either. Alright, well, let's just do this. Massive description work. I'm going to need to keep finagling this. There's so much. There's just so much to consider here with these description generations. I'm wondering if I should do... The problem is, I just don't know... I don't know if there's a simpler way to generate the descriptions. I mean, the only thing I can think of is if I do like a list... If I do like a bulleted list, so it says like, if it says deal 1 damage, but that's affected by the number of times it's executed, then put a bullet point, increase by 1 per execution, and then, you know, multiplied by 2 per whatever. I wonder if that would be a better way to do it. I might play around with that later too. I wanted to generate nice English like phrases to describe the ability, but at this point it might just be easier to figure out a way to just say, okay, here's the ability. And then anything that affects the ability is going to be listed as a bullet point underneath it. And then the problem though is that you'd have to kind of do all the math in your head, I think. Or maybe not. Is there a way I can do that? Yeah, I wonder if that might be a better approach. That I might have to try that out. Again, this is all experimental stuff. I wanted to see if the AI was capable of doing this. It's doing a decent job, honestly. I think if I spent a little bit more time on this, I could get it to generate. Problem though is that the way that I want to generate these descriptions with the approach that I'm taking is like there's so much conditionality that the only way to maintain this is basically just kind of tell the AI what the conditionality is and have it modify these blocks of code for me, which I think is possible, but I'd much rather have it work in a very like automated way where I don't really need to be maintaining the description generators. So I'm gonna have to figure out. Depends on how complicated the abilities may end up being. Yeah, I mean, they can be very complicated. That's the thing. Like, I need to support a description system that can say, here's a bell, and it resets the cooldown of the, it resets the cooldown of the most advanced enemy minion card. Here's the scarab. Every time the scarab attacks, its damage increases by 1. Here's the phylactery. The phylactery does 0 poison damage, but gains 2 poison damage every time a allied poison ability is applied, right? So like just those 3 things are wildly different. And to come up with a description system that can generate all those. Now the other question is, do I even want to do that? Or do I want to scale back how much of the ability composition that I'm doing is? Or do I want to scale back the amount of ability composition that I'm doing? Because I have this idea that I want to generate fully random cards. But I wonder if it would be easier to just like create meta abilities. Like here's the phylactery ability, here's the scarab ability, and those can be composed. But then the benefit of that is I can write more solid, unchanging descriptions of those things. So I could trade some flexibility for some maintainability, but I don't know. These are all part of the things I have to figure out as part of the prototyping here. Is this GitHub Copilot? No, this is Cursor. This is Cursor with Claude. Claude 3.7 Sonnet model. If it can get much more complicated than deal X, where X equals Y, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of complexity here, I think, with the descriptions. I wonder if this is a solved problem. I wonder if I should probably do some research and see if there's any like good blog posts on how to handle this. But part of me is thinking like, this is not a solved problem. This is the kind of problem where no matter who you are, you just kind of spend a month on it until it just works and it ends up a huge mess. That's kind of the feeling that I'm getting from this, but it just seems like one of those problems, like whenever you're dealing with like natural language stuff, it's just one of those problems where I don't think that there probably is a very straightforward way of algorithmically generating natural language sentences or fragments or phrases based on a variable like configuration. Well, I'll have to think about that. In any case, I'm going to end the stream a little bit early today. I've got another commitment I have to attend to this afternoon, but thank you all for watching. Thank you all for being here. Very much appreciated. And let's see. The description is affected by the current game state, right? Am I getting it right? Yeah. Yeah, it is. Project Fluent Translations seems similar. Okay. I'll take a look at that. But yeah, they are affected by the current game state, so that's another thing too. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna have to get going here, but thank you all for watching. Thank you all for being here. Very much appreciate that. Again, you can purchase Gunforged if you're interested in supporting my work. You can also purchase one of my Udemy courses. Those are linked in the description below. Yeah, thanks again, everyone. And thank you to the lurkers and VOD watchers out there as well. I know you're out there, so thank you for watching these. And I will see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. All right. Bye-bye, everyone.